All right, the last part of section 5.1 is on using systems of linear equations and applications. These can get very, very involved, and we're not going to get that involved with them. I just want to introduce you to a couple of the most common types of applications for this. One is what we call a mixture problem, where you're mixing two things together with a specific goal. So I'll go through one of those, and then there's one of those to practice. Another one was not in the example set, but it's a very common system of equation problem. So I just pulled one from the homework. You might actually have this exact problem in your homework, but I just wanted to go through it because it's a very common setup for a lot of these problems. And then there's a lot more examples in your book. If you're going into engineering or physics, there's some good examples about motion and speed. And then there's a lot of good applications in business math as well, but I didn't want to get too involved into those specific fields. All right, so let's talk about the mixture problems. Example 7 says a hospital uses a 15% bleach solution to disinfect a quarantine area. How much 6% bleach, which is a little less strong, must be mixed with an 18% bleach, which is stronger, to make 50 liters of a 15% strength bleach solution? So a table can really help you out here, and I tried to make it kind of generic for any type of problem that involves mixture. So it's kind of a 3 rows and 4 columns, and the top corner is just to set up your labels. So the first actual column is thing 1, which I'll explain in a second, and then thing 2, and I just put thing 1 and thing 2 because different problems have different topics. So it's always going to be about mixing two things together. So thing 1 and thing 2, and then you've got your goal of what you're trying to accomplish. And thing 1 plus thing 2 equals your goal. And then you're always going to have two different variables to work with. One in this situation is how much do you need, the amount needed. And then in this example, it's the concentration. So if you're mixing two things together, it's about how much do you need and what is your goal as far as concentration, or sometimes it's about mixing colors together, but you'll know from the problem what this is referring to. So let's talk about how to fill this in to help us out. So thing 1 in this situation is the 6% bleach, and you want to label whichever thing 1 and thing 2, it doesn't matter which is which, so that when you finish the problem, you know which one is which. And then the other thing we're mixing is the 18% bleach. I think I spelled that wrong, bleach. And our goal is to have 15% strength bleach. So the amount needed is what's in question. It says how much of this one and how much of the other one must be used to make this goal. So thing 1 we're going to call X, and thing 2 we're going to call Y as far as how much is needed. Together our goal is 50 liters. The concentration is how much of that amount is actually bleach. So for concentration, this is 0.06 for 6% of however much we have is going to be bleach. And then same idea here, 18%, so 0.18 of however much we need is going to be the concentration. Our goal is 15% of that 50 liters is going to be bleach. So the way this works, let me get a different color here, is thing 1 plus thing 2 equals our goal. And that's how both equations are going to set up. Thing 1 plus thing 2 equals our goal. So from this chart, we're going to pull out the information that we just figured out. We know X plus Y has to equal 50. And we know that 6% from the first bottle plus 18% from the second bottle has to equal 0.15 times 50. And we'll multiply that out here in just a second. So the first equation is fine. We're just going to leave it X plus Y equals 50. The second equation has decimals all over it, and we really don't want to mess with decimals. The first thing I'm going to do here is multiply this out, and it's going to give me 7.5. Now, still dealing with decimals. And the way to take care of that if you don't want to work with decimals is to see how many decimal places you're working with. This one has 2, this one has 2, and this one has 1. But it goes with whichever one has the most. So the most is 2. So if we take this whole equation and multiply by 100, those 2 zeros will move these 2 places all the way back to the integers. So we're going to multiply everything by 100, even the one with only 1 decimal. Everybody has to have the same treatment. So here we're now going to have 6x plus 18y equals 750, which is much easier to work with than the decimals. From this point, you can use substitution or elimination. So I can move the y over or move the x over and use substitution. I can multiply by a number to make the additive inverse, and then I can go from there. So it's totally up to you. If you want to multiply this whole top equation by -6 to do elimination, we could do it that way. So that would be -6x minus 6y equals -300. And then 6x, just carrying this over. There's other ways to do this. This is just one way to do it. Equals 750. And then you can stack and add. So that'll be 12y equals 450. And divide by 12. And you get y equals 37.5. You could also solve for x first. You could also solve for x first. It doesn't really matter. You just need to get one of those answers. And then you're going to plug that back into either one of these equations. Either the originals, the ones you multiplied, these over here, it doesn't matter. I'm going to go with the simplest one, which is x plus y equals 50. So x plus 37.5 equals 50. And then if I just subtract the 37.5, that means x equals 12.5. Now we've done all the math. The hard part is done. We have our 2 answers. But in order to answer the question, we need to remember what we made x and what we made y. So the 6% bleach is the 12.5, and it's going to be in liters. The 37.5 is referring to the 18% bleach, and again, it's going to be in liters. So we will not answer this as an ordered pair. We have to go back and remember, what do we label as x? What do we label as y? All right, that can get a little messy, so hopefully you followed that. Once you pull out your equations, you can solve however you like. That's just one way to solve using elimination and getting rid of the decimals. So go ahead and try SP7 on your own. It's a very similar setup. I'll put the answers over here that you can double check when you've gone through it. You should get thing 1 is the 20% solution, which I called x. And thing 2 is the 35% solution, which I called y. So x is 5, and it's in ounces. And y is 10, and that's also in ounces. So depending on how you labeled it, you can label it with different letters. X and y are just the most common. So that's another mixture problem for you. And then this one, again, I pulled from the homework because it didn't have an example like this. And it's probably because the book assumes you know how to do it. But I just want to remind you of how to set up these kind of classic system of equations problems. So it says, Brian and Jaden have barbecue potato chips and soda at a football party. Brian ate 3 ounces of chips and drank 2 cups of soda for a total of 700 milligrams of sodium. Jaden ate 1 ounce of chips and drank 3 cups of soda for a total of 350 milligrams of sodium. How much sodium is in 1 ounce of chips, and how much is in 1 cup of soda. So these are pretty common system of equation problems. You want to pick letters that make sense to you. So you can use C for chips and S for soda, or B for barbecue chips, whatever letters you want. But you want to remember which is which. Again, kind of like the chart, you want to set up which is which. So I'm going to say 3C for the 3 ounces of chips plus 2S, you want to make sure your S's look like S's, for 2 cups of soda is 700 milligrams of sodium. And then for the second equation, 1 ounce of chips, so that's just 1C or just C, plus 3 cups of soda, so 3S, was 350 milligrams. So these are a little easier to set up, but I just wanted to remind you of how to do it. And then again, you can use substitution or elimination. I'm going to go ahead and use elimination here. I'm going to multiply the bottom by -3. So 2, not 2. Sorry about that. Try that again. 3C plus 2S equals 700. And then -3C minus 9S equals -1050. Then we'll stack and add. So it's going to be -7S equals -350. Divide by -7. And we get S equals 50. It's being measured in milligrams. So there's one answer. Soda has 50 milligrams of sodium. And then you want to plug that back in to one of your original equations, or the one you multiplied is just harder to work with. I'm going to go ahead and plug it into this bottom one. 1C plus 3 times 50 equals 350. So that's C plus 150 equals 350. So C equals 200. And again, it's in milligrams. So if you pick letters that fit the problem, it's easier to remember. Like if you used X and Y, you might not remember which is which. But if you use C and S, then it's a little easier to remember S is the soda and C is the chips. So all of that to say, pick letters that make sense to you related to the specific problem. So again, there's more examples in your book. These are just kind of the 2 most common problems, is figuring out from the given information how much is in each, or these common kind of mixture problems.